Hello, everybody, and then we are welcoming everybody to this great weekend that we're having. The weather is wonderful.
Yes.
It's Easter weekend, which I just totally forgot. Because normally by now we had a table full of eggs and coloring and dinner ready and all that.
Yeah,
They cost too much.
And now, the eggs are $17.50 a piece. I can't do it. So I'm like, okay, well, welcome everybody. And if you celebrate Easter, then we want to wish you a happy holiday.
Happy holiday.
And if you don't, then go on about your business. But have a good day anyway. You are listening to Something to Think About, and that's what we do. Give you something out of the ordinary to think about and actually mull it over. Okay? That's what you do. And coming at you today is Janice.
Tony.
Layla.
Tammy.
All right.
Yay.
And what we're going to do is give you some things to scream and yell and be proud of all the time, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. That's right. But I have a question that I want to ask everybody. And it comes under the category of, I thought you knew. Okay? I've been talking to everybody about the fact that Donald Trump, as poison as he is, wants to run for president in 2024. In 2024, who knows where he's going to be? I'm hoping for another outcome.
Me too.
But meanwhile, I said, how could he be elected president and he's a criminal? I mean, what is wrong with this country? Where are we going? They elected him one time, and he has done everything under the sun that anybody could think of, and now we want him for another term, and he's currently facing charges.
Yes. But that's what he want to prove, that he can do it.
But that's why I thought you knew. The thing is, he's well within his rights to do it, I found out.
Yeah, and he's going to do it.
Because I found out criminals and anybody else who wants to run for president can run. There's no law against it. How is it that we're in a country where we don't want to bang out all the laws and we want to talk about our Declaration of Independence, and we want a president who has done everything in the world to degrade every race, every gender, and every rock in the sand? How do we want that as a symbol of our country? But then I thought about it. That's how our country got started.
Yeah.
With a bunch of criminals. So they're the ones who decided, well, it's okay if you commit as many crimes as you want, and you can still be president.
Yeah, and he's going to probably come really close. Yeah. You know, he has a lot of supporters.
He will, and that just shows you
and he's rich.
Yes.
But now they call him Jesus. The Marjorie Thomas, whatever her name is, they compare. He's Jesus. He's just like Mandela. How the hell is he Mandela in Jesus Christ? Tell me that. They act like this man walked on water.
But that's why, what did he ever do to ingratiate himself to people like that? What happened? I mean, what did he ever do? Did I miss a whole century?
I mean, his whole term was just basically a big business deal. That's all he did was make a whole bunch of side deals with people.
Well,
they
try to make money, huh?
They buy it. He buy votes. He
buys his way into everything.
And then there's so many things I want to say about Donald Trump. But one thing is that if you look back on the history of Donald Trump, how he even got started. He even mentioned back in the early 90s that he was going to run president. And people did not realize that. Because it's like Obama said something about him, and it's like he had a cape, like a red cape, and charged at it. So he's been building on this for years.
It's like a I told you so moment for him. Yeah. I told you I was going to do it.
And not that I may intend to give him any airtime, but I really just wanted to know, what kind of country are we where it's okay to be a criminal? And then I looked it up, and they found out that, like a century ago, another guy was in prison, and running for office and got 1 million votes.
But if you look at
I don't understand.
But they take some of the voting rights for minor criminals that did minor things. They won't allow them to vote. So you mean you can run for the president of the United States and be a criminal?
That's right.
So that means he can't vote, right?
Well, no, they probably let him do that now.
They're gonna let him do because they have laws that fit certain types of people.
That's why I say just do what the hell you want to do.
You bet
And
it's good to live.
apparently, that's the only way to get through
Just
the
don't
world.
get caught by the police.
I mean, because he said when he was running in 2016, I could go out here and kill up this whole block, and I'll still be elected. How could he be that sure? Unless he had something else going on with Putin. And I still say they are bedfellows, literally.
All of them.
I think they are, literally.
I mean, you what about the legislators that was pulled out of office in Tennessee?
Oh, yeah.
What's that about?
All of it is about them trying to get the South back.
I mean, to me, it's like I look at this at politics. I can either side, both sides. A lot of them be wrong on both sides. I like to take the middle ground. If I see a Republican that I know they got a good attitude and is not prejudiced and want to be fair or something, and I say, okay, I can listen to this. And if I see a Democrat that's wrong and say something, I'm gonna go against that.
You gonna go.
So I can be a middle ground type of person, but I want to be fair on both sides. Not one side's trying to take over each other. You got to come to some type of middle ground.
Yeah, but that's never going to happen.
That's never going to happen. I mean,
we're just not even built like that.
No, because we as human
somebody
beings,
has to be in charge.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna ever be equal.
No, but if you faced with that and you know what you got, but then that's when you got to know when you step out in this arena.
Well, I personally don't think that we're ever going to get to any kind of Republican, Democrat kind of middle of the road, and we can work on this. Right. And we really aren't going to do it now, but we aren't going to do it ever until those old dudes get out of there. Because they're still of the Tennessee
That's what they
mentality.
need to change their term. Like they really need to do like.
They be up there for 25 years.
They shouldn't be able to be up there until they pass away. Like
come on,
and they literally do that.
I know. You coming in the office tall. You about 3'2" when you look about and shoulder back like this and like this and rock and can't even remember. I vote this. I vote that. Yeah. So what are you gonna do with it?
Somebody raise my arm.
What are you gonna do with that?
It's true. It's true.
You sitting up there in your head and your kneecaps mean something is wrong when I'm going to office like this. I'm back in the fetal position like this. You don't need to be in office, man. That brain might be working, but that body ain't moving. Let me hit the vote, and then you got about 5-10 people just wanting to hit that vote thing.
It's a madhouse. I mean, every time and now we get potential candidates. And all of them are hair gray as I don't know what, 80-something years old.
They need to get them out of there after a few years.
But see, this is what's leading, quote unquote, America. This is what we vote on because they'll scream at you until they beat you down, till it ain't nothing left. Until you be like, okay, I give up. But you gotta stand strong with what you standing up for. Now I got another question. Thinking about that, what about everybody that's all these companies is getting killed? The man that started Cash App.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
y'all read about all this?
He got stabbed.
He got stabbed, but a lot of head of these companies, y'all notice that it's about 6 of them that are getting taken out. So it's a lot of political stuff that's going on.
Well, it's a lot of that
stuff.
And it's always been that way.
He was young, too. I think he was in his 40s.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's criminals all the way around.
Age doesn't matter anymore about people killing you because they're killing babies.
But these
and
look like straight up hits. I've been reading about it.
Might have been.
These are straight up. Does
anybody think for a minute that the gangsters and all that stuff, the mafia is gone?
No. But these are like certain people taking these people out of here. And this is for the generation that's coming. What? This man just walking down the street and he just started Cash App. Like you say, young guy, gone. But they're getting plucked out and there's no explanation. This lady brought this up on the news yesterday.
Maybe it's aliens.
Yeah, they might be shutting down, picking them up and plucking them out.
Anybody seen this flying saucer lately? Might be.
I have. I've been watching YouTube.
I know where you would find it in Nebraska.
Let's see.
That's where you find the flying saucer. If it is one in Nebraska.
You give me the right drink, I'll see a flying saucer.
But I have seen something. Y'all think I'm from the country.
Then you'll be a flying mother.
You know what? I cannot deal with this. But it's just
okay. All right. Moving on.
But so we'll move on to something else. But the fun thing is that while we're on this subject of criminal minds and all that, I want to ask women, because we've been doing a whole bunch of just trying to empower women to thinking that you're a person, you're a real person. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be trained by anybody. you're a real person just being a woman. So you don't really have to do all that.
No.
So each of our segments will contain something that we hope will inspire, motivate, empower females to just take your place in the world over anybody's, disapproval, so that you are strong and you are able. Because once you know you, whatever everybody else says is just noise you hear. But here's the thing I want to ask women. Would you marry a guy or in prison? Not just went to jail. He's in prison, so that means he's going to be there for a while. Like, would you marry, somebody asked me, would you marry a guy on death row?
Do I have an insurance policy on her?
That's what I'm thinking is the motivation behind that.
Maybe.
So when did you say you were frying him again?
Frying is crazy.
But they could be on, you got to think about it though, they could be on that appeal for death row for 20, 30 years because I've seen it.
Layla, would you marry a guy in prison?
No, I can't do it. Because I'm not about to wait on somebody. Even if they... Yeah, I'm not about to wait on somebody.
What if they're in there for 30 days? Could you wait?
I don't know. It depends.
Her face says no.
It depends. It depends on if I really love or like that person.
So I don't know. Wait a minute. So did I mess with the dude before he went to prison?
Yeah.
Or did I meet him while he was in prison?
Oh, my goodness.
Meet him.
You meet him in jail.
You know
you
they
can meet
have
people in
yeah.
jail. They got an app where you could text or
you can
send
meet
everything.
inmates.
Yeah. That.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I tell you what, for the women that don't want to be bothered, that's probably a good choice, is it? Find you a guy that can't follow you around.
But I got a man, but he's just away right now on a business trip.
He's in Spain.
He do work overseas. But I'm gonna tell you though, just saying that these women it's a notoriety depending on how what your crime is, because it'd be a lot of serial killers that be getting married. Remember them brothers that killed their parents?
Oh man,
The Mendez brothers.
Yeah, the Mendez brothers. They got married. They never getting out of jail.
They were so funny.
I don't know if I'm built for that.
No. Because I tell you what, it's like me marrying Stephen King. I wouldn't marry Stephen King if he gave me every book and every dollar he ever made in his life. And he got a lot
he's
of money.
kind of creepy.
Stephen King wrote all those
Shining and all that.
those really crazy things. Oh, one Pet Cemetery.
I remember.
It's not even scary. It's low key dumb.
The thing to think about
It's
is
dumb. Like
low key dumb.
But he did it. Remember it? It was good.
Yeah.
it was alright.
But I told him if Stephen King can think of that stuff and be able to write it in a book,
It was
right? If he can think it, he might want to do it. So I would be asleep like this. Watching every movie he makes.
I could marry Stephen King.
Huh?
I might could marry him.
Because you're crazy
because
too.
I'm a reader.
That's why. Because you're crazy too. You probably gonna give him some book ideas.
I would. I would honestly give him some books like that. To me, I like horror movies, so I would. So that
You would find entertainment in that.
I would find that kind of.
Well, I find that threatening that you can think of. I imagine some of you have seen the movie
I
called
might sleep with something beside
Saw.
me, but I don't know.
Did you see that movie Saw?
Yeah,
With one eye, yeah.
That was wicked.
that was real weird.
I saw one eye, yes.
And if you can think of that mess, what were you thinking about going in to take something and make this wire thing that when you clamp it on your face? I said, oh no, if you can think like that, you might want to do it one day.
It's actually quite smart.
Say I came in at 2:15 in the morning and you didn't like that.
But you got to be kind of weird
you're
to make
dead.
movies and stuff anyway.
Yeah.
You got to have an imagination like that.
Yeah, but you know what? But I get what you're saying. Where the mind can go. Because if you can imagine it, it can happen. That's the way I look at life.
And it will happen because
Especially with a white man.
women have strange fetishes, obviously.
Yeah, we do.
I'm sorry.
But the male mind is very creative. I'm going to do this to you. Hang you upside down and put spins in you and do all that. Who thinks of that kind of stuff? And you can believe when we talked to you before about relationships and interviews, I asked those questions. What are some of your favorite fetishes? Like I'm interested. so you can tell me, and then I can say, well, I move into Greece.
I got an arm fetish.
You got a what? You have a what fetish? An arm fetish?
Somebody in trouble when this is over.
Oh my God.
The truth should set you free.
What do you, I mean,
No, it's like
Underarm hair.
little arms.
Look.
we'll get into this another time.
You got that soul food on. Yeah. You got that good cooking.
Get out.
Wait a minute.
They said jiggly arm.
So now you're embarrassing.
Armpit arm.
Y'all not about to get on
I
me.
don't even have a fetish
What's
though.
them big arms with the little legs? You like those? Them bodybuilders with the
First of all,
tiny ankles.
The ones that miss leg day.
First of all, we not about to get into my fetishes, okay? I'm just telling y'all.
You brought it up.
No, I'm just telling y'all that.
Plural.
I have a fetish.
Oh, I know one.
I don't think I do.
You do.
Everybody do.
I do?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll talk about
Well,
it.
yeah, we'll talk about that off camera right
She
now.
knows you
It's
do.
something that.
What kind? I'm really curious though.
I'll let
Go
you know
ask
in the
yourself
car.
that later on.
How's it? I don't know, and she knows. That's what I want.
Because you're oblivious to your fetishes.
Uh-oh.
But you know you like arms.
But you ain't.
I come to terms, I like arms.
You like.
It's like a good old.
Strong arms?
It's like
I like veins.
You like bangs.
that too. It do, yes. Veins. I
or
love veins.
Veins?
Yeah, like in your arm veins. I love when they
got
like
veins
it
and they
yeah.
just stick out like the.
Yeah.
I like that.
Nah, I
just love this whole arm and his.
don't even know what I was.
Okay.
Anyways.
Well, those are very interesting fetishes, ladies. Learn a lot
Look at
that
the
we'll have to
truth.
talk about in a little bit. But I'm like, okay.
We'll talk later, Layla.
Yeah.
We like to hear this, Layla.
You got like a good 3.
Well, damn. What? All right. Okay. We'll talk about it later.
Well, I mean, after all, she's 16.
17.
Yeah, but
17.
17.
You 17?
I'm only 30. Okay, well, that's
But the
fine.
thing is, those things start real early. They start formulating things. And when you see little kids who are doing, where's the cat?
Right.
You already take them to see somebody.
Yeah, that'll be the one that be in jail trying to hook up with people.
Yeah, but sometimes you can't recognize sociopaths, though. They psychopaths, or whatever you want to call them.
All of those things.
All of the above, yeah.
You can recognize them. You may not be able to recognize them walking past you on the street.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you would know if you're asking the right questions in a private setting. Because those
Something
are
is
the
gonna give
questions
it
I
away.
would ask.
And like they said, you don't pass by a serial killer. Sometime in your life, you just didn't know it.
Well,
And that's
yeah.
something to think about.
Yeah.
Well,
There's a whole lot to think about. That's what we give you, something to think about.
I mean, it's wild how you don't walk by a killer. Some shape or form, you don't walk by a killer. Might be some at the table.
They've had movies like that too, by the way.
Might be some at the table, right?
She might have blonde hair.
It's 2 people here.
Well, see, the thing is that I tell you just up front so you don't have to guess.
There you go.
I could very easily be a serial killer.
Okay, cut the cameras. We don't need the.
What's she gonna kill?
I'm
Cornflakes?
doing a confession.
No, she got a death ray her eyeball. Well, I done seen her kill some people in public with her eyeballs. She'll look at you like this, and I'll be like, you feel it straight to your bones.
She took my gimmick away from me.
Oh, for real?
I was about to say yes,
She
indeed.
runs from caterpillars. She's never on.
Not dangerous, just different kinds of cereal.
Police, we are just playing.
With bananas.
Jokes. We're jokes. No one here is we're jokes. It's all jokes.
So we're just kidding.
You know,
JK.
really.
We all off subject.
But we're not. We're really on subject about women in prison and all that jazz.
And all the craziness that comes out
All the
of it.
craziness that comes after it.
All right.
And today that's what we were doing. Just going to go ahead and explore some of these things, give you something to think about. And what we're trying to basically do is make sure that females in particular interview these guys that they're trying to sleep with all the time a little better than they do. Because I've had women come tell me they were in the room with a guy that they just met at the club, and she went to this place to be with him, and he pulls out guns and everything, lay them up on the thing, and then she got scared. I said, "What are you getting scared for? You didn't even ask him." With that much weaponry on him, you should have been able to feel it if you were dancing.
No, she felt something else.
I know it was the whole pin in the pocket thing, right? Yeah, that's what it was. Okay.
I thought he was happy to see me.
Yeah,
he was really happy to see me.
He was happy, all right.
Yeah, that's why you don't go home with them dudes.
No.
But she did it on a frequent basis and tell me that she's in love with him. I said, honey, that is not love. Let's just try to separate those things. But we're going to move on to something else now, and I think it's really relevant and change a little bit of a change, because I wanted to further introduce you to Layla Trowell over here. Yeah. Because Layla is a junior in Crossland High School.
Layla.
Sadly.
Her brother is also in the same school, but he's a senior.
All right.
He's graduating this year.
Thank God. Thank God.
What are you telling?
He's saying it just as much as she is. He's saying the same thing. Thank God he want to get out of there.
Yeah.
Because his main thing is that he wants to go earn. He wants to make some money. Mm-hmm. So he knows he can't do it stuck in that high school. But Layla, the reason why I wanted to talk to her in particular is because she is already at her age planning for getting out of school, going to college, and doing all of that.
All right, Layla.
And one of the things that she wants to do is get a job. And I wanted to be able to put this on the air so anybody who had a paid, I stress the word paid, internship or a job that they would like to offer her for the summer, because she's thinking ahead. She wants to be able to work, save some money so she'll have some money toward her college education, although we know her mom and dad got her back.
Baby.
But the fact is...
Go out in them streets, girl.
I don't think you want to say it like that.
And get to work. What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about?
We don't know.
Side-eye. I'm side-eyeing you right now.
Oh, my God.
Interesting.
What if I got to get 3, 4, 5 jobs?
Oh, you said, okay.
What are y'all talking about?
I ain't say nothing. I was just over here being innocent.
Yeah, the same thing.
Go out on the streets and get that job.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I wish you hadn't brought that up, because now I'm getting ready to sidetrack. I saw this thing on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah. I can do that.
Go ahead.
That made me so sad I didn't know what to do. And it was about a woman who was a prostitute and told her 5-year-old daughter that she had to go out on the corner and make some money so she could pay the electric bill. And somebody thought that it was okay, funny, whatever, to put that part on TikTok for everybody to see and hear. A 5-year-old girl saying, we need our lights on, and my mom says she got to go on the corner. And then I want to just go out on the corner and get some money too.
Oh.
That's sad.
That is sad, and I'm sorry I brought it up, but y'all made me think about it again. But it's just really sad, and it points to just how sick people are right now.
Because somebody will actually pick up their little child.
Which makes Layla's story a lot more relevant, because it means that if you're planning your future and you're just 16, 17, and about to graduate in a year from high school.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
That you want to have some goals that you want to reach. You want to have something that you're working toward. Because I still fervently believed that if you have a goal to work toward, you're more apt to reach it.
Right.
But while you're sitting there talking about, I wish, I coulda, woulda, shoulda, you're not going to get there.
No.
And I just want to give Layla a minute so you guys can hear what she's trying to do. And you never know who's going to be listening.
There you go.
And it may be somebody out there who needs an intelligent woman to work with them. to do some things and be willing to pay her as opposed to waiting for him or her on the corner, okay? You need to have a career. You need to have some way to earn money. And this young lady talks about that all the time. Well, how long have we been talking about you going to college? We actually have talked about her going to college and looked up places where she wants to live. And I'm telling you, she better want to go to college somewhere.
Get braiding some hair or something, girl. In college. That's what I'm saying.
You had to put everybody to work.
You already have that skill, so you know you can make some money doing that.
Yeah. So, first of all, hey, how y'all doing?
Hey. Hey, Layla.
Hey. Ugh, I got a fan right here. Okay, anyway. So, my goal in life, just like in general, my goal in life is to become a cognitive behavioral therapist.
Wow.
And I'm also thinking of being... And I also want to I'm thinking of doing physical therapy too. And I want to have my own clinic. For one side is therapy, like mental therapy, and the other side is physical therapy.
Great one.
Yeah,
Great
it goes
one.
hand in hand, right?
Just a little background on the cognitive behavioral therapist thing. It's when you it's when you help someone create goals and to do better in their life once they tell you, what their struggle is and all that. So I just want to help people do better and create goals that they want to achieve in life.
Amen.
Healthy goals.
Will I get free sessions?
Yes.
Sure.
She had to think about it.
You a mother.
No, because it's not from the start, because if I'm having a business and all that, I kind of want you to put a little money.
That's all right. I'll be able to help you. I'll be a receptionist or...
Yeah, I already got people who wants to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to be your first client or whatever. I'm like...
Oh, well, it should be a long line of those.
I should be getting paid now. Let's clear that up.
For the therapy that you provide for them in high school, you should be getting paid for that.
Yeah. But that's just my overall goal, when I get older. But my goal right now is to get a job and create an account where I could store money in for my college tuition, my college. My goal right now is $20,000, I think. So I want to start getting money right now. That's where the job come in. So I could, store it on the side. Because if I get a job, my first few paychecks are going to go into that account. I'm not getting money just for me to go spend.
Right.
It's just going to go straight into that account.
All right.
Well, all right. Good for you, girl. I really appreciate the strength that this young lady has, because she has been able to just mull through a lot of issues for other young people her age, male and females.
That's good.
And because of her, some of them have changed their act up, because she'll say, I'm not going to be bothered with that, or don't bother me. I don't feel like it. Does she have a problem speaking her mind about these things? No. And that's what's going to make you very successful in those fields, because you do have to talk to people who admit they have a problem, either physically, mentally, whatever. You do have to have that authoritative kind of presentation for them, because they'll think that you're just messing around like everybody else.
Yeah.
But there's so much to be said for the fields that you've chosen. And have you chosen a college and stuff yet, or?
I have 2 colleges in mind. One is Clark Atlanta University, which is in Atlanta, Georgia, and the other one is Hampton University, which is in Virginia. So those are the 2 colleges I'm looking at right now, but it could change in the next year or so.
So are you leaning more toward one than the other at this point?
I'm kind of leaning towards Clark Atlanta, mostly because it's kind of far away. And also I believe it has more courses that I can take. And if I want to change anything, if I want to change my course, I feel like I have the freedom or space to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, it just looked better.
All right.
In Hampton?
Yeah.
Probably.
Especially since I'm going in dorms.
Was that the one with the nice dorm?
Both of them have pretty nice dorms, but I'm leaning towards Clark. So, yep. CSU.
But at least we got you thinking about the dorm. I mean, first she was here and go deep into your pocket. She wanted her own place.
Oh yeah, I wanted my own place because I just feel like when I leave college, I want to already be in an area. Yeah, I just want to just be in my own place. Also, them dorms are so tiny, and I'm already a little claustrophobic, so I don't like sharing my space with everyone without a door.
Well, and what does Mom have to say about all this?
I have not too much to say right now. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Well, at least I chosen something.
Yeah.
Oh, man, she's
So we can talk about
already
it.
miles ahead a lot of kids because all they're thinking about is, let me go out and see what kind of harm I can cause. Some of the kids, I don't want to say all of them, because we have more good children than we do bad, despite what the media says.
Can I backtrack on what you said? Because I just remember the story. You said I helped kids in my school get to a better place, right? So it's these 3 people that I'm cool with or that I'm friends with, and they had problems, going to class, getting good grades and all that, right? So out of the blue, I texted all 3 of them. I was like, all right, listen, since it's third quarter, I see y'all really slacking off and everything. I'm gonna need y'all to do better because I want to see all y'all in the same grade as me. I want to see us graduate together.
Good for you.
So they was like, yeah, I'm trying to do better, but it just seemed like I can't get into that space. I was like, all right, cool. Give me your schedule. I'm gonna text you every period to see if you're in that class. If you're not in that class, then we just gonna have a serious conversation when I see you. We just gonna have a conversation.
We're doing something up here. Yeah.
So then I'm actually in a class with 2 of them, right? And one of them, both of them basically said, I helped them have a better grade in that class, especially in a math class. One of my friends, he was like, yeah, you helped me bring my grade up from like a E to a high D, almost to a C.
Wow, good for you.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
he was like, you
Such
really
a
my
motivator.
He was like, you really my tutor for real. I was like,
you holding
But see,
them,
she's already
paid.
doing the job.
and you holding them accountable for it. You telling them the action that a parent should be doing. But see, sometimes they can't take it from the parent. They can take it from a peer better than they can a parent, and that's good to know that they can come to you like that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't have that.
and I do daily check-ins just to see where their mindset is, how they feeling that day.
See, because a lot of people
And
don't
all
answer
that.
that. That's great.
Well, the other thing that she has done, and I don't know how much of this I can actually say, but one thing that she has done is somewhat like what you were doing with a friend of yours who was in a traumatic state and running around the street doing, crazy things because of different substances.
I know what you're talking about.
And she, you know what I'm talking about? Could you say something so that I won't say the wrong thing?
I don't know how many years back, but it was a few years back. My friend, she was like really going through it mentally, and she texted me, saying like, I don't know what to do, I just feel like I don't belong in this earth no more, and I'm about to just,
Yeah.
I don't feel like no one understands me and all that. And I was like, all right, look, just listen. We all love you in our own way. If some people show you that they don't really care about you, cut them off.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, you only got yourself.
There you go.
That's it.
And speaking on me, I would always appreciate what you be doing. I'm here for you if you need to talk, and da-da-da. And I just kept on going.
And the fact is, so many young people need that person. And it may not be their parent all the time. Because some people as adults don't know how to actually care for somebody in a sense that makes them want to do better. Because as a parent, they looking at, well, that's my mother, that's my father, whatever. But when somebody that you don't know, that you didn't grow up with, comes up and offers a hand like that, it's when that kind of advice is really good. And she may want to think about gearing her advertising for your business to that age group, Because there isn't anybody, like they used to have the counselors in the school, do they still?
Yeah, it's
guidance counselors, as they call them.
We have a school therapist, so she talks to a few people. I'm not really sure about that. I met her once, and that was just because my friend goes to her. So, I mean, I think she's doing an okay job. I'm not really sure. But
Well, the way I think they need to be using guidance counselors and such now
More.
is that if you're in a classroom, you're the teacher, and this child is just constantly acting up, is that like a signal, do you think, that somebody ought to pay attention to that child and take them somewhere and get them to talk out what's bugging them? Because parents are so horrible that the parents could be doing so much that makes that child crazy.
Yeah.
And if he's 7, and I do see him at that age, if he's 7, he's not going to be able to verbalize exactly what's going on. But if you ask him specifically, the therapists use those different dolls. I don't know what they're called, but therapy dolls, I'll call them for now. And say, does anybody touch you inappropriately? Do they touch you any of these places or however they do that?
Yeah.
He's more likely to respond to something like that than to ask him directly, does your father beat you? Does your mother strangle you? Do they feed you? Blah, blah, blah.
I think it's something that all age groups, they in school, they should just, everybody going to a therapy. We all going to do group therapy together. I think they just pass over. But you don't know about the kids that suffering in silence.
Right.
You don't know about the one, and then they end up what? Going to kill mass killings.
Yeah, because they didn't get that one
They didn't
thing
get
out.
that, but that bullying thing is a serious issue that's
yeah,
gotta
I
be
don't
dealt
do
with.
bullying. Bullying is just dumb to me. Like, how do you feel that comfortable bringing someone down to the point where they feel like they want to leave this earth?
Yeah,
And I
because
don't understand bullying online. Like,
Yeah, bullying. That's also another thing. Why do you feel so comfortable texting, being like, "Oh yeah, you should kill yourself because this is not even cute. You're not cute. Your eyebrows is uneven. Your nose look like it just got hit in the head."
See, that's
like,
me.
you sound
That's
dumb.
me. See, and you turn it on them, but see, it's just a back and forth thing. They don't know how to step out of it because a lot of them don't have that attention. They don't get this attention.
so was Jonan back in the day bullying?
Yeah. If you look at
Not when we used to do it.
Now, no. Back at, because
Yes,
we had
I mean,
a
People used to get mad, like ready to fight. Want to fight your whole family off of Jonan.
Yeah. I'm going to get you. That's that rage.
And then, like, every time you come outside, they join on you again. They join on
Look
you
at the
again. You
shit.
know what I'm saying?
But that was a form
I guess
of
that
bullying.
was a form of bullying
Yeah.
too. But we
then
handled it differently.
Yeah, because we had thicker
it-
skin.
It also goes on thicker skin, but it's also like communication between y'all two.
Yeah.
If y'all are friends and y'all joning each other, you know, it's just like, oh yeah, we playing around. But if you're joning on someone who you haven't even talked to or met, like you saying, oh yeah,
but
your
that's-
shoes
yeah,
dirty.
but that's what
that
they
means
used
your
to do,
house
though.
dirty.
I mean, it might not have been like your best friend, Jonah. You know what I'm saying? Just somebody in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And they over there, they Jonah, blah, blah, blah. But we, like you said, we was able to deal with that stuff. Now everybody is so sensitive. And I can't
That's
believe
also
you said
true.
that. Oh my God. But back then you was like, what?
And all this stuff. Yeah.
You know what
Because
I'm
we don't know
saying?
how to talk to each other. We really don't. We don't really know how to talk to each other. Everything got to be politically correct.
Now everybody's so sensitive. Oh my God, I can't believe they
But we
said
used
that.
to do, when we were doing Jonan, and I don't
not
want
my
anybody
group.
to relate this to how old I am, okay? But when we were doing Jonan and stuff, it wasn't fun. We didn't find any fun in telling somebody, well, you stink, or you got this and that. We had stupid
Cause y'all
Jonan.
had to go through like Civil War and all that. Y'all had to go through. It was nothing to play around back
Wait a
then.
minute.
It was not.
Did anybody just hear what she said? And I'm getting ready to take her hat off.
Take
Did
it
you
off.
hear
It's not
what
like
she
my
said?
head.
I said, we used to do this or that when I was a kid. Know what she said? Yeah, but y'all were in the Civil War.
I did not. Okay, I did not say she was in the Civil War. I was just saying it was nothing to play around back then because y'all had to go through segregation, slavery, and all that. Why is you making a joke when there's something serious? You getting beat in the head by a white man.
Exactly.
There's nothing to be serious about.
But
I mean,
Well,
funny about. But some people, it's all about the humor too. It depends on how you.
do you
how your
notice that
humor is.
COVID took away our sense of humor?
Oh no,
Anybody
Before
notice
that,
that?
Before that.
it didn't take
yeah.
away my sense of humor. Anytime someone cough, I'm like, move away, COVID. Over here walking germ.
But like Tammy said,
You know how many times I call somebody a walking germ? It's funny.
Well, if that didn't hurt your feelings, then something should have. Did you? She said, "Go away, COVID."
Yeah, for real.
Trust me, I share a locker with my friend Zamaya. We have Lysol in the locker just in case because first
People
of all,
coughing
it's also also we got tuberculosis in our school, so that's that.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so we got Lysol.
Oh, y'all wearing masks?
No.
And did they tell you
I
about
wear
that?
masks. Okay, so I wear masks in like a big environment. Like if I'm surrounded by a bunch of people, I'm gonna wear the mask. Yeah, but if I'm like, cause my classes, I'm not in really like a big class, and even if I am, I'm mostly in the back because they want to do assign seats by your last name. Since my last name is a T, so I'm mostly in the back. But yeah, it's just like it's dirty. I'm like, who's? Ugh.
To me, all kids are walking petri dish at school. That's why I look at them. You're a science project. Because you cough too much, and this will still continue to go on.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but
Science project.
you have to look at them like a science experiment.
You do.
Well, Layla, I tell you what you talk about in terms of your age group is just very informative to me. Because I am fighting back the urge to go and talk to the governor about some of the stupid stuff that I've even heard in your school. And I would like for you to come back on our show another time so that we can deal with another aspect of this. Because I don't think people understand just how important that voice that you hear that tells you not to do something, and everybody calls it conscious. Mine was called Bessie because that was my mother's name. So every time I reach over there to do something, I'm thinking, my mom wouldn't like that. She's like my conscience even now.
Yeah.
And I sometimes say to her, could you just go mind your business? Because I'm tired of you talking right now. Trying to go to sleep. No.
But you can hear it. You
can hear it.
I still feel my whoopings from my grandmother's giving me up like this. I get a flashback real quick.
Well,
I feel the pain on my skin. I'm like, dang, I just go whippings all the time. That's another story, though.
Well, and that's yeah. We can imagine why.
Yeah, too much.
But I appreciate having that insight into that age group because they need a lot of work. A lot of kids probably wouldn't be out at 4 a.m. breaking into cars and stuff if they had a parent that was going to say, look, if you're not in your room or do this or that, give them some boundaries.
Yeah.
And you have to have boundaries. As much as you hate it, you have to have them. Because just imagine the chaos if we had no street lights. Boy, we wouldn't be going anywhere.
You want your skin to come off?
Something. But we're going to leave that on the table for now because, of course, it's a bit bigger subject than we can cover in a few minutes. And then I want to let you know that we're trying to do different segments. And the next time we come before you in another episode, we're going to be talking about some health tips for different things that we know everybody's dealing with. Women and men have hair loss problems. And we have Tammy here who's going to come back and tell us some tips about why you're losing your hair prematurely. And women need to know that because I don't think a lot of them have seen their own hair since they were born. So we've got to do something to turn that trend around because at some point, and don't think that I'm trying to be, all religious about it. The fact is I will use some of that paste in, sew in, staple in, whatever you have to do if it's hot and I don't feel like being bothered.
Yes.
But the thing is, my stylist, who is a professional,
very much so.
She's talking about you.
She tells me when to come and get my hair done, when that piece that she put in needs to come out, and I saw my own hair for a while, and I was like, whose hair is that? And it was my hair, and I was like, oh, she said, look, Mom, look at your hair. So I'm like,
I was this close to cutting it.
Cutting your hair?
Her hair. I'm like, the length. I was jealous. Yes, I am a certified
She was
hater.
like, okay, no. But anyway, to wrap up this one, we want to one of the new things that we're going to have also next time is what we're going to call Tony's Corner. And if you didn't know, this is Tony. And Tony has so many poignant points that she can make about life situations.
Do I?
And she has a whole lot of real life kind of examples for women to listen to so that you can do better at what you do. I mean, we already know that I have an acronym that I like to use, which is POW. POW stands for the power of women.
All right.
Women, we're the ones with the power to get certain things done. That's why they've come up with all kind of sayings that behind a successful man is a successful woman or whatever. Mm-hmm. But they all know, for the men who are honest about themselves in life, will tell you, my female partner is my rock. Because it's like talking to your conscience when you're talking to them. Because you're going to say, no, honey, I think it's okay to put my dirty sock up on the stove because I'll be back in a few minutes. And she'll be the one that says, look, you get that sock off of there because I have to cook food up there. And then you'll do it. But see, we're like your conscience in a way. So we belong together, but we're supposed to be there to help and protect each other. Yeah. Not to downgrade, bully, and otherwise humiliate each other.
Uplift.
And the thing that I want women to understand is that men like to be hugged too.
They do, don't y'all?
I know.
And some of them, whether they'll admit it or not, like to receive roses.
Don't y'all?
No occasion gifts. And all those other things.
Just because. That's
I gave my man a bear.
You like feet rubs, though, don't you?
What? You gave him a bath.
No, y'all is.
No, I gave my man a bear for Valentine's Day.
I don't need roses because they just gonna sit there and don't need my feet.
Well, see, again.
Take a back rub.
Oh, okay.
But let me just describe something. I'm just going to do it in a brief version for that. For those men who feel like they like roses, but they're a problem, blah, blah, blah. What if the roses are brought to you in petals? And what if you have just gotten out of the shower and you're nice and fresh on some nice clean linen and somebody brings the petals in? You don't like roses? I'll tell you the rest in another episode.
If you don't know, you don't know. That's all I can say.
But let somebody teach you. You might like it.
Layla. For me. Save the paddle energy for me.
Save it.
Don't even waste your energy sprinkling them around the room.
Well, I also think it's a waste of time on the stem, too.
It's a minor,
that's
just in case anyone wants to know.
Show talk about fetishes, arms.
I don't think that it's a bad thing to have them. It's just a no cutting, no fire burning on my body and all of that stuff. I'm reasonable. So, Miss Colwell, do you want to say anything as we end this episode, or do you want to wait?
I'm gonna wait.
What can you say after that?
You can't say nothing after that because it's like,
we'll wait.
We'll just say, okay, bye.
Yeah. Because maybe, later on I'll begin to do the midnight version of Something to Think About. That's the one where you get into the microphone and say, hello, how are you tonight? What are you sleeping on, silk or satin?
Satin.
But you never know what to expect on Something to Think About, because that's all we do is sit around, think of stuff, and bring it to you so you can do the same thing to us.
That's right.
And if you want to do it to us, you go to somethingtothinkabout.pod.com. Okay?
You don't mean that literally. Just call.
Just call. Come on down. Send us a message. If you got a problem with somebody, you're having some difficulty trying to solve it, let us take a crack at it. You don't have to tell us who you are. And be better if you don't tell us the players, because they know where you live. They may know where I live. So let's just keep it neutral, okay? But tell us the problem.
Yes.
And that problem probably fits 50 more people that could benefit from it. But I think we have enough experience, enough opinions, different levels of education that you can use. So just remember to go there at www.somethingtothinkaboutpod.com. Let us hear from them.
Yes.
Okay?
All right.
Anybody got any last bits of good news, knowledge, experience that they want to mention before we say
Yes, I got something to say.
what you got to say?
Oh, I stopped you mid-sentence, didn't I?
Oh, I was getting ready to say
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I just want everyone to know I'm very much on the market. I'm single, so if you got somebody that's like 17, 18, maybe 19, hit me up, Just text them.
You getting ready to get
If you
hit.
can see my eyes, don't listen to her.
No, listen to me. I'm single.
Somebody in jail talking about 19.
Yeah, 19.
You are
No,
19.
maybe 19. Depends on
Maybe
who.
jail.
Yeah. Say 16.
Well, I think that anybody that you would want to date after that sentence
17, 18.
would be intelligent enough to know that you are flanked by your mother and your grandmother
And your friends.
and your friend.
If you got a car, hit me up. That's all I gotta say.
I got a car.
So yeah, and go ahead and send us a message.
There you go.
All right, folks. So bye.
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 That's y'all trying to
That was fun.
interrupt my dating life.
You said